Hey guys, this is Jamie. So, in case you're wondering, it's actually colder for once here in Portugal, so it's lovely. And in case you're wondering, my makeup lasts through hookups apparently. So that was interesting. That was a very interesting observation from my part. Anyway, so I've been noticing that there's a lot of sort of negativity in the trans community, and it's not specifically from TERFs. Obviously, we're getting a bunch of shit from TERFs. And in general, there's infighting, there's obviously the NB versus binary. But I just wanted to focus on the fact that, um, well, I'll start off by saying that yes, I do not like being trans. I would like, if there was any way to make myself cis, I would have done that, and I would have faced the consequences of being a cis gay dude in Eastern Europe. But sometimes you just have to literally put on your glasses and face the discourse. So I struggled a lot with like being trans, and to be honest, it really was very painful for me to go through puberty. It was very painful for me to wait for tea. It's still very painful for me when it comes to bottom surgery and fallow, because obviously I'm still waiting. There's been a few, well, I wouldn't say complications, but they're making sure that everything's fine so I can go forward with the surgery with my body being at its sort of top healthiest, whatever state you want to put it in. And I guess since I started mentioning it, I just need to lose some weight, and all my sort of indicators are showing that I'm healthy, but I still need to lose weight. So that's the issue. So before anyone goes into some sort of weird turf territory that fallow isn't healthy for you, no, it's not. It's literally, I just need to lose weight. And I'm just surprised at the amount of hate within the trans community, and specifically how much hate we have to ourselves just because we're trans. I did a video like many years ago where I talked about how to survive before you get on T, and my main advice, which I used myself, was do things that you wish you would do on T. And that really saved my life. So, sure, I have also my insecurities. I have, like, I still feel sometimes very, like, uneasy about talking about the fact that I'm poly, that I hook up, so that's why sometimes when I sit in front of the camera, I kind of practice saying it so that I can see that it's okay. It's just that I was obviously raised to think that you should be mono and, like, love, like, one dude for the rest of your life. And in my case, I just really enjoy hooking up. That's it. And that was one of my sort of main things that I was thinking. That once I got on T, I was like, fuck it. I want to, once I'll be on T, like once I get fallow, I want to sleep with a bunch of dudes. But I felt that I wasn't good enough. I felt that I wasn't manly enough. And to be honest, like, I look back, and yeah, I looked manly, but like, maybe the voice was off, or like, maybe I didn't look manly enough in my eyes. But I hooked up with dudes. I hooked up with an enormous amount of dudes. I hooked up safely. Sure, I've had a few incidents here and there, and some stories which, like, I had to get some time to get over it with. But overall, I'd like to say my experience with Grindr was very positive, and still is. Um, I mean, from the top of my head, the only misgendering I've had was from a partner, and that was like from my rapist, so it's a very sort of dark story. But when it comes to regular hookups, I've never had problems because I'm trans. And I would like to say, though, that I very I'm very to the point when it comes to hookups. I feel like the person should know that I'm trans. I choose to tell people that I'm trans because I feel that it protects me more. Because I feel like the belief of not telling people that you're trans is wrong at its core because you're exposing yourself to danger. It's a medical condition. That's all what I think it is and how I see it. And I just feel like it's better to protect yourself. And there's, at the end of the day, I understand that I'm saying here from a high horse because I've been passing for a very long while. I've been hooking up, and I have the privilege to be in a country where I feel very safe. So yeah. But the thing is, I just open Reddit or like Twitter or whatever, and there's a bunch of sort of self-hatred or like sort of like accepting the fact that you're trans, but in a very negative way. And I just wanted to say that it shouldn't be that way. Like, at the end of the day, we're just dudes, women, and binary people. And there's nothing wrong with being a bit different. And there's nothing wrong with having, like, a mental condition. So, sure, I may be waiting on follow, but that doesn't stop me from enjoying life. Like, life doesn't stop. And, like, I was browsing, like, Reddit, and I was like, and there's so many comparisons, like, what if, I think the most absurd one I've heard was like, do men wear pants a different way? And it's like, who the fuck cares? Like, that one just blew my mind. I mean, one of the ones which got to me, like when I was early in my transition, was that I thought that I take my shirt off in a feminine way, and I was like, no one gives a shit. Like, literally, no one gives a fuck. Like, these small things don't matter. It's the vibes. And if you're not passing, you will pass eventually on T. And also, like, I don't want to, like, disencourage people who don't or can't go on T. But I just want to say that there are different ways to achieve your goals. And I understand that right now you can say, like, hey, Jamie, you're in Portugal. You come from a very privileged sort of trans-wise country. Yes, but it took me years and years to get here. It took me years of abuse. It took me years of the self-discovery. It took me countries and countries to, like, move and just accept myself. I was a victim of child abuse. And, like, I don't really like talking about self-harm, but it's also in my past. And I just feel like people don't understand that you can still change things, and just because you're in the middle of changing things, you don't have to hate someone or yourself for just being on the way to better things. And you should also strive for better things. If you don't like something, you should change it. Or you should try your hardest to change it. And, like, when I look, like, at the US, like, people think, like, I'm gonna pay for uni and it's like a couple of grand. And it's like, why don't you move to Europe? Like, obviously the case closed because it's like turf Tory fest. But check what's in Europe. Check elsewhere. The world doesn't end in your backyard. There are other, like, good US cities which you can move to. I just feel like we're so scared of change that we'd rather embrace, sometimes, I mean, the negativity. and the negativity of our reality right now. And I understand that not everyone has it in them, but I just knew that if I wouldn't get myself out of Eastern Europe, I would not make it. And I was like, I can give up any time, but I can make it work. And if it doesn't, I can just give up any time. And that was sort of a very sort of dark thing to think and lean onto. But at the end of the day, you just gotta do it. You just gotta survive. And cutting yourself from things that you can do now, like hooking up, putting yourself out there to find a partner, isn't something you should be stealing yourself from. So yeah, I was kind of really irritated at the community this week. So yeah, I kind of vented a lot in this video. And yeah, like, there was also this one thread which was like, I don't like the fact that people are known for being trans, and it's like, well, that's the way life is. Sometimes we're known for being trans. Sometimes we're not. But there's nothing shameful. I can guarantee you that I have slept with so many men. I have been in contact with so many men. And I don't know, people just know who you are. And yeah, I also kind of had this sort of struggle this week where I started thinking, like, what if I do too much makeup and everything? And I was like, fuck it. Up to the point that I just wanted to do a video where I was like, just like embrace everything and fuck it. So yeah, that's pretty much my message for this week. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Drop a comment. And I know the phrase is really sleazy, but if you enjoy my videos, please subscribe. It really does help my channel because I do want to get to monetization at some point. Thank you very much for watching. And yeah, I'll just leave it at that. Thank you very much. Thank you so much.